What's going on, guys? So, I recently got my first tattoo yesterday, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience.
I think it turned out pretty good.
You don't know if you're going to want this for the rest of your life, if you're going to want it for 5 years and then change your mind. Like, you don't want to do that when you're getting a tattoo, so you're going to want to pick something that you want to have for the rest of your life. Because getting tattoos removed is a very painful process and very expensive. Think about 10 times more painful than the tattooing itself. When you're deciding whether or not you actually want to get a tattoo, check out a few shops beforehand, because you don't want to just walk into a shop and say, hey, give me a tattoo, and they charge $80 and you end up getting HIV. You don't want that to happen. So you're going to want to pick a shop that has a good reputation, fair price if that matters, and good quality work. So keep those three things in mind. So every person varies in how much they experience pain, what their pain threshold is. All of that comes into play whenever you're getting a tattoo. So I guess I'll start off with my experience and how it felt. So getting a tattoo right here is painful, to say the least. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat it and say that it's not painful, because it was. But if you're deathly afraid of needles, I would consider thinking about this decision. Tattoos, like I said, are something you're going to have for the rest of your life, so you're going to want to make sure it's something that you really want, something that you won't want removed in 10 years, and you're going to want to choose a shop that's reliable and clean. You don't want to just walk in like, hey, what's going on? I want a tattoo. Can you do the words racist right here? Yeah, you don't want to be that guy, so keep that in mind. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. I literally cannot stress that enough. I see so many people with horrible mistakes covering their body. Like, I'm not saying all tattoos are bad. I'm just saying there are people there that get them and they don't really want them. What I'm trying to say is don't get a tattoo if you don't really want it. Don't get a tattoo just because you think other people will think it's cool, or you want it just because all your friends have them. Get one because you really want it, and get it because it means something. Not saying you can't get one that means nothing. I'm just saying get one that means something to you.
So when my tattoo artist first started on mine, he started up here. And I have to say it was pretty much of a shock as soon as he put that needle in my skin. Like, it took my breath away almost, but it started to get a little more mild as he went down. As soon as he started doing Jupiter right here, it really started to hurt because my skin was already irritated. When he got down here, it was probably the worst, actually, because of the thinness of the skin here and just the area. So I have to say this was probably the worst.
Like I said, pain is relative to each person, so it's not going to hurt as much to someone who has gotten their finger chopped off versus someone who's never gotten injured in their life. Now let's talk tattoo locations. Anywhere that's bony, that has very thin skin, or you can, like for instance, right here. This is going to hurt a lot more than if you're getting it right here, trust me. Like, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sugarcoat it or anything, but like I said, if you really want the tattoo and you have a moderate to high pain tolerance, you should be fine. Now, if you have a low pain tolerance, you may want to consider taking some sort of Tylenol or something, or some sort of pain medication that doesn't thin your blood. That's the last thing you want, is the tattoo artist wiping blood off your arm like crazy. So if you're of age, just don't go drinking before the tattoo appointment, because it will make it so much worse. Can't talk from experience, obviously. The third thing is, if your tattoo artist allows you to, which they should, there should be no problem with this as long as it doesn't interfere with their job. You can bring some music in, listen to some music, maybe take your mind off of some of the pain. I looked at my arm while he was doing it the whole entire time, which probably made it more painful, but to be honest, I just wanted to see the process. Fourth thing you're going to want to keep in mind is if you have anxiety, like serious anxiety about needles, you're maybe going to want to talk to, I don't know, a therapist, maybe your parents, maybe someone who's had a tattoo before, and understand what you're getting into.